don't see this shit? Why I don't see this shit? I should definitely be able to see this shit. Why I don't see this shit? What's up, Dodo? What the fuck, man? What's up, Dodo? I'm trying to. My damn chat ain't showing up on the screen. Let me try this shit again. I gotta put this chat on the screen, man. Copy the link. No new streams found. Refresh. Okay. Sub. That's what's up, Dodo. Appreciate it, man. I'm finna get started in a minute. I'm trying to put my chat on the screen so y'all can see the chat up there. It's just not showing up for some reason, man. I'm just gonna have to do it the whole way. I see that now. Just gonna have to do it the whole way. Just gotta do it like this. Fuck it. Pop out. Let me put it. Damn. See, that's why I don't like it like that. That shit just blocks out every fucking thing. I don't like that shit. I'll leave it just like that for now. For now. What's going on, man? Everybody, welcome to the show. How many people we got in? We got 8 people. Let me put my headphones on. Dodo subbed. Appreciate you subbing. Anybody else who's new to the channel, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for me. As y'all can see by the title, I'm gonna be talking about Shane Gillis and these jokes that he made. I know some people were pissed off from what I heard, but I didn't see anything wrong with what he said. Is my headphones not connected? Jesus. I didn't see anything wrong with what he said. Everything that he said was just jokes. He's a comedian. I don't know what people was expecting. You know, I think that's one of the things that's wrong with comedy now. A lot of these comedians can't speak how they really want to speak because people are so butthurt about everything. Some jokes, my bad, I'm sweating a little bit. Some jokes are meant to be offensive. That's just the nature of the beast. That's just the nature of the beast. People are meant to be offended by these jokes. It's a little bit of truth in jokes. That's just what it is. So when people get mad and say, "Oh, that joke was this way," or "it made me feel some kind of way," that's bullshit. That's bullshit to me. Hell, he made jokes about black people. He made jokes about white people. He made jokes about Trump. He made jokes about all types of people, women. He wasn't just particularly picking on any one person. Some people really think that, or when it comes to like black women, they think you should never make any jokes about them, but everybody's free game. All the jokes that he made was the truth. It was truth in that. Even the one about the Waffle House and the black women in the Waffle House fight, bro. Why are they trying to act like that was a big deal? How many videos have we seen of black chicks in the Waffle House fighting the damn chef? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? We see it all the time. Don't be stupid. Be real. Let's be real. Let's listen to some of these jokes that he had. I'll play this one first, the Waffle House joke.
When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist fighting black women.
That was funny to me, bro. Fist fighting black women at the Waffle House, because there's some truth in that. That's what she's been doing in the WNBA. She's been getting into it with a lot of black chicks. They say that some of the black chicks hate her. They do. Y'all see the clips, some of the things that they've said, some of the ways that they've acted. Even her first year, how they was like committing these egregious ass fouls on her. Even though they were saying that it was like the Ricky hazing type deal, of course. All right, I give you that. But at some point, a lot of that shit was malicious. I don't care what you say. The Angel Reese foul when she was trying to go for the block and went over the top of her head and hit her on the top of the head. So they found that one foul that Caitlin Clark did, well, she did multiple fouls, but that foul that she did on Angel Reese earlier this year, where she grabbed her, he tried to say, well, oh, she slung her down. It's like, bro, she didn't sling her down. Angel Reese is so much bigger than Caitlin Clark. She didn't sling her down, bro. Fucking Angel Reese flopped a little bit. She flopped a little bit, bro. Caitlin Clark grabbed her. She flopped for the attention, and then everybody was ready to jump down her throat about that. Caitlin Clark knew better than to slang her on the ground. She knew better. She wouldn't have done that. Knowing how people already treat her about this whole Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark situation, you think she would have thrown her on the ground? I don't believe that. But these jokes that Shane Gillis had was all good jokes. This one right here is about Joe Rogan and Donald Trump.
Joe Rogan actually wanted me to be here to host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver because Joe thinks he's an alien. And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason. It's an alien joke. What you boot up there, dude? Shut up. Joe Rogan.
That's how sensitive people are. That's how sensitive people are. You can't make jokes about nobody. If that's the case, every comedian would offend everybody, and no comedian could tell any jokes because everybody would be offended by the jokes that they tell. The only jokes that they would be able to get off are self-deprecating jokes. And those jokes are very funny. The comedians that do self-deprecating jokes, those are funny. But everything gets old. I want to hear you talk about some white folks. I want to hear you talk about some black folks. I want to hear you talk about some Mexicans. I want to hear you talk about some lesbians, some gays, some transgenders, some fat people, some skinny people, some handicapped people, some aliens, some stinky people. I want to hear all of it. That's funny. Tim says ESPN gave Caitlin Clark WNBA Player of the Year over the actual MVP from last season in Asia Wilson. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, they did. But maybe they felt like they had to give her something. You got to think, a lot of this ain't just for publicity. Some of this shit is to actually, no, I mean, it is for publicity. Some of this shit is not just, we just want to give somebody an award. Some of this shit is actually to, let's bring some attention to something. Yeah, Caitlin Clark is a draw for the WNBA, so yeah, let's give her an award. Don't act like they not in on this. You know they all in on it, Tim. The WNBA, the league, ESPN, they all in on it. There's no coincidences when it comes to stuff like this. Everybody knows what's going on. They got to play it up. Even if she wasn't deserving of it, they probably would have gave it to her anyway. Just based off of that. What else we got right here? Oh, this is the full monologue. I started, you know what? I ought to just play that and just stop and go through it. That's what I'll do. I'll just stop. I'll go through that whole.
Here's the first SG.
Even though it may give me a little strike, but that's okay. I don't give a damn. We're gonna go through it. It's 9 minutes. I'll stop it, speak on it. Y'all leave some comments. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the share button also if y'all don't mind. Make sure you share it to any other platform. I really would appreciate it.
SGA is here. Give it up for SGA. Hell yeah, bro. And now everybody sitting around him is in foul trouble.
And see how people don't laugh. Like, some of the jokes, they weren't funny anyway. Some of his jokes wasn't funny. They wasn't hitting. They wasn't even hitting. So when I'm seeing stuff on my timeline like Shane Gillis is facing backlash, what kind of backlash? Everything wasn't hitting anyway. Some of that shit was corny. Some of it was funny. We just live in a day and age where people don't want you to say anything about them. Don't offend my community. Oh, you can talk about them all day. We're going to laugh. We're going to make fun of them too. Just don't talk about me, okay? And we'll be good. Nah, comedy don't work like that. If you want comedy to work like that, you need to go somewhere else. You're in the wrong place if you think comedy is going to work like that. You say only a big name comedian can get away with those jokes he did at the ESPY's awards. Yeah, but it shouldn't even be like that. It shouldn't even be like that. Because comedy is comedy. If you think it's funny, then it's funny. If it ain't funny, then it ain't funny. It don't matter who it came from. I understand what you're saying, how they want, it would probably be more accepted if it was coming from a more bigger name comedian. But in my opinion, it's just like it was too many people that act like they was offended by what was going on, and they shouldn't have been offended. There's no reason to be offended. None. Laugh or don't laugh and just move on.
Megan Rapinoe could not make it tonight. Nice. No, we're going to pretend she's a good time. All right. John Jones and Nate Diaz are here. Hell yeah. I had a couple drinks with those guys last night at the hotel, and it was terrifying. Donald Trump wants to stage a UFC fight on the White House lawn. The last time he staged a fight in D.C., Mike Pence almost died.
Ooh. That was a bad joke and bad taste. No, it just didn't land. It didn't hit. It didn't hit. I understood the joke. Just didn't hit. And that goes to show you maybe he just ain't that good of a comedian. But I've seen him on stuff that I thought he was hella fucking funny. Let me I'll show you one. I thought this scene, I don't know what movie it was from, but I was watching it, and I thought it was funny. It was a funny scene. I don't know if it was from a movie. Now I wonder why it's not. I was seeing it, but I'm not. Let me see if it'll.
Sir? I'm gonna need you to go ahead and put that seat.
Oh, here you go. I thought this was funny, man. Hold on, somebody made a comment. Let me read your comment. They should have let Drewski host. Yeah, probably so. Drewski would have been funny. He would have went over with the crowd. He's more acceptable. Yeah. He would have been more accepted by everybody. You know, he wouldn't have been as offensive. He probably would have said some offensive stuff, but not where everybody would, oh my God, he said something that hurt my feelings. But I thought this was a funny skit.
Sir? I'm gonna need you to go ahead and put that seat up for me.
Why?
Safety protocol, sir, please. Seat in the upright position.
This is for safety?
Absolutely, that's what I just said.
Dude, it's kind of embarrassing. It's tough to fit. I can't fit with it. If with it back, it helps.
Yeah, you're having a tough time fitting in that seat. Maybe you should take better care of your body.
Are you a psycho, dude?
Sir, I'm trying to keep safety protocols in place. I'm doing this for your own good.
Oh, whoa. It does feel safer.
Is there a problem here, sir?
I'm fine.
Sensing a lot of attitude from you. I just wonder if I've got to go get the captain.
What are you going to tell the captain? We got a guy reclining back there. The fuck's he going to do? Turn it around?
He might.
He might emergency land this thing because I took a nap.
He might.
Is that what did 9/11? 19 fucking dudes reclining?
Did you just say 9/11?
Oh boy, we got a guy reclining.
Sir, can I get you something to drink? Maybe a Diet Coke?
Does your dad know you do this shit?
How about some peanuts? You can scoop them out of my hand, you big elephant.
You know, it used to be fucking hot ladies that had your job.
Way down.
What the fuck's wrong with
A
you?
little of this, a lot less back.
What are you talking about?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Upright. Keep it upright. I'll see you on landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. It appears we've lost the left engine. Not to worry.
This is funny.
We have two engines. This plane is built to be flown with just one engine, and there is no way. Fuck. There goes the second engine. If you have someone you'd like to call, I would advise that you do so now.
It's Mom. Mom, listen. I'm gonna have to call Dad, okay? Is Dad there? I'm not gonna just tell him I love him, okay?
But I love you.
I'll tell Papa you love him too.
Is this Rick's auto body? Yeah? This is Shane with the fucking red Subaru. Yeah, you guys fucking suck at your job. I'm gonna come down there and beat the fuck out of you, you fucking stupid bitch. Alright, I'll be down in 10 minutes. Get ready. You better start stretching. I'm gonna fucking wear you out, dumbass. 10 minutes. Parking lot, pussy.
Excuse me?
What? Calling people I fucking hate.
Did you have loved ones to call?
Am I gonna call my wife and kids? Listen to her fucking bitch at me for the last 5 minutes? Fuck that. I'm about to die, dude. She's gonna fuck someone else, like this year. That fucking pisses me off a little bit.
Haley, just a minute.
What are you gonna tell her? Oh! Oh! Nobody wants to hear their fucking mom die. $100 she's putting on Netflix in 1 hour. Actually, fuck it. I'll bet you $1 billion. Call someone you hate. Really fuck their shit up. Give it a shot, dude. God just gave us a gift. Try it.
Haley, put your dad on the phone.
Hey, Mom, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, everybody, stay calm.
No.
And we're gonna brace.
How about I relax instead, dickhead?
Do not put that back. Do not put that back.
Oh.
Sir, get that seat up.
Hey, Dave. Fuck you.
You know, I love you, and I knew from the moment I married you. You'd ruin my life, you dumb bitch.
Remember 07 when I had to go see you in the hospital and you thought I was smiling because I was happy to see you? I thought you was dead.
Yeah, I'm dying. The plane's crashing, so, fuck you.
Oh, stop going out with your friends. You stay out too late.
Yeah, learn how to fucking end a story. Jesus Christ.
I remember you. You're not a living dummy. Goosebumps.
Of course you read Goosebumps, you fucking dumbass.
Ventriloquist looking ass bitch.
I do not look like a ventriloquist dummy.
I know we're probably dying, but if you Google that, that was a good reference.
Sir, do not bark at the intercom.
I just put my nudes on Instagram
Yo, you're crazy.
and tagged all my kids.
I'm gonna die. You know I'm trying to make someone come.
How come?
What? Who said that? Marco.
We're gonna make it.
They done did all that bullshit.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Shit.
You don't know what I tweeted.
Are you fucking joking me?
Crush this fucking blade!
I was just kidding.
We're all gonna die.
What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Damn, what did I do with that shit? Oh, I wanted to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Not on this one. I may do a video about that one, but Tim say black people ain't calling nobody if the plane going down. That's the truth. They're going to be too busy on there screaming, man. That's what they're going to be doing. But what do y'all think about his jokes? Like I say, they weren't funny, but were you offended? Anybody who's watching this, were you offended by these jokes, or have you even seen it yet? If you hadn't seen it yet, let me know. But this was made a big deal out of.
No, you don't have to do that. It was fine. I didn't write it. Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but as it got deleted. Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on as a country and ignore that. The New York Knicks had a great season. Yeah, hell yeah. Karl Anthony Towns is here. Hey, girl.
You see how some people even felt about that joke? The funny thing is, people are constantly making jokes about him acting a little zesty, acting a little fruity, some of his mannerisms on the court. Now, everybody else can point it out except a comedian. Think about that. We can all point it out and make jokes about it, but if a comedian points it out, then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, I don't know if you should have said that one. That, ooh. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Max Crosby is here. Max, I hope you had a good Juneteenth, brother.
Uh-oh.
Well, that guy's weird. Four-time WNBA All-Star Brit.
And I'm a big Juneteenth fan. Didn't bother me.
Brittany Hicks is here. Give it up for Brittany, everybody. I'm joking around. That's my friend's wife. I knew none of you knew WNBA players. That's crazy.
Now, didn't he actually prove a point with that one? Because niggas was sitting up there cheering it on and laughing. So, like I say, it's truth in the jokes. It just depends on who delivers them. Tim says, after what happened to Chris Rock, it's best to leave the audience alone. Man, that's if we to that point, I don't even want to watch no comedy. I don't want to see no comedy. I don't want to attend no comedy show. That's boring. That is so boring. You can't say nothing about the audience, bro. That was one of the big staples of being a comedian. Is to not only have your own jokes, be self-deprecating, but you could also just pick people out of the audience when you seen little things happening and just speak on it, or saw the way that somebody was dressed, or the way that they looked, or their hair. Now it's like, don't say nothing about the audience. This shit is the worst.
You clap for that. Simone Biles is here. Yeah, hell yeah.
People are sitting on edge waiting to be offended. Are y'all noticing this? People are sitting on edge just like, she got the fake smile like, oh my God, what is he gonna say? Oh my God. It was a time when people would make jokes about somebody and they would bust out laughing. The comedian would make a joke about a player, or even if it wasn't at the ESPYs or something, if it was Def Comedy Jam or something, and people would bust out laughing. Y'all remember the old Def Jam clips? They would be talking about people in the audience, and that person would they'd be like, like, oh my God. They'd be dying laughing because it's not that serious. But now everybody is so offended these days. People are waiting to be offended. Some people can't even move forward with their lives because they so offended. And I say that because I usually talk about black people who kind of want to be victims and they always waiting to be a victim, so they can't never advance their careers, advance their lives because they just sitting around waiting to be a victim. I've been subject to that some points in my life where I wanted to just, oh yeah, I can't, yeah, they're not gonna give me this job because I'm black. I'm the only black guy over here. I'm just waiting on it. Just so I can go into that whole mode. Yeah, it's because I'm black, man. Fuck these motherfuckers. That's a dangerous mindset to have. If you have that mindset, you're going to be offended. If you have that mindset, you're not going to get the job. Everything you think is going to happen. That's just how it works in life. Tim says Corey Holcomb would have got banned if he hosted. Corey Holcomb would have definitely got banned if he hosted. But Corey Holcomb would have been funny as hell. And people would have still been offended. But at the same time, these same people would have not wanted him there. They probably wouldn't have approved a lot of his jokes. Because, you know, this stuff got to run through some people. They got to review your jokes. You don't get to just go up there and just say jokes. So that alone should tell you that some of this stuff he was saying, it was approved by somebody. Somebody signed off on it and said, yeah, you good to say that joke right there. It's all good. But yet, people were still sitting up there being offended. Somebody from Disney, like he's going to say, actually said, okay, go ahead. You can go forward with that one.
It's not bad. Simone Biles is 4'8" and has 7 gold medals. She's short and has a lot of gold. When she's not competing, she leads a quiet life at the base of a rainbow. It's a leprechaun joke. If you tell Simone a riddle and she can't answer it, she has to give you all of her gold medals.
That was weak.
That was the best one. Joe Rogan actually wanted me to be here to host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver because Joe thinks he's an alien. And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason. It's an alien joke. What are you boot up there, dude? Shut up. Aaron Rodgers.
They just don't land good. But you see, like I say, people, they just want to be offended. But he also made jokes going both ways, attacking different groups, just so they really couldn't say, oh, he just was targeting one particular group of people, the liberals or the Republicans. He had to do that. But people still was going to be offended either way.
Aaron Rodgers did not take the vaccine because he predicted it would be bad for him. And then he joined the New York Jets. So maybe he wasn't right about everything. Shador Sanders had his jersey number retired at Colorado this year, and people are saying it's because of nepotism, because of his father, and it's not. It's because he went 13-12 over his career, and he almost won the Alamo Bowl.
See, I thought that one was funny. It's because it's truth in that. He got his jersey retired, which was some bullshit. So it was really nepotism is what he's saying. Tim says, do not do jokes on women who husbands can kick your butt. Lord have mercy, Tim. We might as well get rid of comedians then. You can't say nothing. That's the end of comedy, according to you. According to you, comedians, they can't do jokes if husbands can kick your butt. What else did you say up here? Can I scroll up? Only big name comedians can do those jokes. It's like, we live in a sad world, man.
Definitely not nepotism, right? All right. It's a big year for the WNBA. I love Caitlin Clark. Yeah, hell yeah. Caitlin Clark, she and I have a lot in common. We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes. All right, there you go. Lighten up a little. This is not serious.
Exactly.
We'll see.
That's a big point. This is not serious. Y'all can chill out. Everybody can just relax. This is a comedian doing jokes. You don't got to take everything seriously. You don't have to be butthurt about everything that's said. It's going to be okay.
We'll see about this one. When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist fighting black women. Yeah, hell yeah. Who yelled? Drewski? Thank you, bro. Oh, John Jones? Yeah. What are you, nut jobs over there? Hell yeah. Shohei Ohtani couldn't make it tonight. Man, I hope his interpreter didn't bet that he was going to be here. Shohei is a once-in-a-generation talent. No one's been able to do what he does at so many positions, pitcher, hitter, and bookie. A bookie is what Bill Belichick reads to his girlfriend before bedtime. They do. Ooh. They read The Very Horny Caterpillar, The Little Engine That Could But Needed a Pill First, and of course, the classic Goodnight Boobs. That's my favorite one. Also, I'm not trashing Bill Belichick. First off, he's 73 years old and he's dating a hot 24-year-old, and people are criticizing him. What happened to this country? It used to be a great country. He won 6 Super Bowls. Yeah, he's dating a hot 24-year-old. Maybe if you guys won 6 Super Bowls, you wouldn't be sitting next to a fat, ugly dog wife.
See? That type of shit, people like, well, we know most of the people who are at the ESPYs, their wife ain't fat and ugly. Most of them women there was not fat and ugly. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you that. All of these athletes with their wives, you think most of them was fat and ugly? I doubt it. But people were still offended. They were still, ooh. He made a joke about women, fat women. You know you can't do that. You can't fat shame anybody. Look at you, man. You're fat too. He probably would have made jokes about his fatness. Probably already has in the past. Tim says Simone Biles' husband, a football player, and would have crashed out if his wife started crying. Lord have mercy. If he did, he should just pack his shit up and go. I mean, that would be such a bitch move. He would have crashed out if his wife started crying. She should pack her shit up, and he should pack his shit up for crashing out. She should definitely pack it up for crying. When you know shit that went on all year and you go to some of these award shows that's going to have a comedian there, you know they're going to bring up some shit that went on from your past, recent times, especially the stuff as recently as what Simone did when she said what she said about the other girl and then backtracked it. Come on now.
They let me do it. I don't. This is Disney. They allowed that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story. I was at we should have taken that out. I had doubts going into that. That didn't work all week. It was a good year for me in sports. I went to Notre Dame, went to the national title. I was at the go Irish. I was at the Eagles game, the Super Bowl when they won, and it was not go Birds. Go Birds. Yeah. But I was down there. I'm just going to tell you a story real quick. It's not a good joke. It was halftime of the game, and we looked up, and you could see Donald Trump. He was sitting in the suite, like at the 50-yard line. You couldn't see him, but you could see like his silhouette. You know what I mean? He was just. Also, can we stop pretending Donald Trump knows ball? It's like a weird thing where they're like, man, he loves sports. He doesn't know anything about sports. Every time a team comes and visits the White House, he's like, and you must be the guy who catches. It's like, look at these guys, big guys, black guys. And that's just when the New York Liberty visited.
Damn.
They didn't visit. That's just a joke. But it was halftime, and we looked up, and we saw Trump. I was with my buddy, and I was like, we should just sneak up there and try to meet him. And we did. We got into his suite, which turns out it's pretty easy to get access to Donald Trump, which is probably why he keeps getting shot all the time. We just got right in there. But we're in there. He doesn't know who I am, but there's a line of people and he's just shaking hands with everybody, and I was at the end of the line. But also, I took a picture with him, and I posted it, and people got upset about that. What the hell? He's the president. If Osama bin Laden was in the suite, I would have been like, yeah, you're crazy. All right. But he's shaking hands with everybody, and it's very funny. Trump does this thing whenever he meets somebody for the first time, even if he doesn't know him. He gives them like a crazy compliment. It's kind of nice. Like, he got to the guy next to me, and he was like, look at you, you're beautiful. And then he got to me, and he was like, look at you, you're huge. I was like, thank you, Mr. President. But he shook my hand, he stood next to me. So I'm just, you know, I was at the end of the line, so there's no one else for him to shake hands with. So he's just standing next. I got to hear him breathe for like a minute, just standing next to me, just. And then his daughter, Ivanka, walked over to us, which, by the way, so hot. She walked over, and it was halftime of the Super Bowl. I was hammered. I was like, hello. Your dad just said I was huge. So now it's me, Trump, and Ivanka. They're not talking to me, obviously, but I can overhear what they're saying. And Trump goes, Ivanka, how would you like to meet the president of soccer? And sure enough, the president of FIFA soccer was also in the suite with us. He was getting like nachos. And Donald Trump just looks at him and goes, you. And the guy put his plate down and walked straight to us. And then Donald Trump didn't even look at him. He just kept talking to his daughter, and he goes, this is the president of soccer. And they gave us the World Cup, and they did that because of me. And then he walked out of the room. It was just me and the president of FIFA looking at each other like, that was crazy. That was a dumb thing to say. It was crazy. That was crazy, being in that room. It's crazy to be in this room with so many legends. You guys are awesome. Oscar Robertson, that's awesome. Sugar Ray Leonard's here. Hell yeah. Sugar Ray, you're the man, but in 10 years, Jake Paul is going to try to knock you out, so take it easy. There's one thing I want to say before I get out of here, and this is a dumb joke. You guys aren't going to like it, but it's just a Norm Macdonald joke that I loved when he hosted the ESPYs, and I'm going to do it now. Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy this year. He's the first defensive player since Charles Woodson to win the Heisman. Congratulations, Travis Hunter, winning the Heisman. That's something they can never take away from you, unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case they can take that away from you. Well, see, a lot of you don't like me, and that's okay.
He could feel it. You know, you can feel that kind of shit when people don't really like you, they ain't fucking with you. You can definitely feel that. You like, yeah, they not fucking with what I'm talking about. They just not. Nobody wants to hear it. They don't want to hear it, man. They don't want to hear it. They do not want to hear it. But look, man, what do y'all think about this? I didn't have no problems with what he was saying. It had no effect on me, not to the point of some of the comments that I was saying and how some people actually felt. I was like, really, y'all feel that way? Y'all feel that way about what he said? Like, it hurt you that much? I don't know, man. Let me see if I can find something here. Let's just look at some of these reactions real quick to some of these jokes.
There are some really bad jokes. Like, Shane Gillis is hilarious, but even he is saying, like, I didn't want to tell this joke. And the joke was, put your hands where I can see them, is what someone says to Deshaun Watson when he's giving a massage. And then they cut to the audience, and it is like pure shock. Like, who wrote some of the jokes for the ESPYs? Like, how do you get that job? Because I would have told much better jokes than that. Let me know.
Some people look at the comments. Somebody said jokes were a 10 out of 10, crowd was a 2 out of 10. I agree. I'm not going to lie. I was cracking the fuck up. Let me blow this up. I can't see over here. I was too. The audience was so stiff. I was hollering in the kitchen.
That was the most offensive, unfunny night of television in the history of this network. I am appalled.
Sir, our ratings are through the roof. It's our best ESPY ratings ever, sir.
What? People are liking this? Did you even watch? No, I didn't. My daughter, who's a non-binary barista in Bushwick, texted the most offensive thing she's seen since Aaron Rodgers didn't take the vaccine and was allowed to play in the NFL.
Well, your daughter is wrong, sir.
Okay, fine. I'll be the judge if it was fun. Did any of the black athletes laugh?
No, but Drewski laughed.
Fuck! That means it was funny.
God.
All right, were there any, black jokes?
Yes, there was a Caitlin Clark fist-fighting black women at Waffle House joke.
I don't get it. I've never been to a Waffle House. I'm worth $800 million. Do black women fight there? He made a Shador Sanders! Mel Kiper Jr. loves Shador Sanders! You go to Fox Sports? God, fuck! We just lost Mel Kiper. He made a Donald Trump deporting Juan Soto joke? Great! Because Juan Soto's Dominican. We're good with the Mexicans. Write that down. Write that down. Mexicans still love ESPN. He made a Travis Hunter killing his wife joke. Well, I thought everyone hated Travis Hunter's wife. Okay, this isn't as bad as I thought. Did he make a joke about LeBron?
We would have shot him, sir.
Good. Nobody fucking talks bad about LeBron on this fucking net. Tell me the least offensive joke he made.
He kind of called Carl Anthony Towns gay.
I mean, that's pretty good. Carl Anthony Towns is zesty with these. Zesty. My daughter just texted me. She said we gave a platform to a fat, ugly, unathletic, white, straight male. And the ratings are good though, right? Yes! We're gonna make so much goddamn money off of this fat, straight, white male. He's funny though. Wait, was there an Epstein joke?
Yes, but he didn't say it because it doesn't exist.
Good, because I was on those flights.
That's funny. Now that's funny. If
Jane,
you get it,
when Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a.
That was funny to me. That was funny to me. If you understood what he was getting at, because what he was basically getting at was that the only people who were offended was more than likely the liberal audience. That's why he said, I got a non-binary daughter that does something. She works somewhere, a barista or some shit like that. Because those are the only people who would be offended by this. I'm not understanding why so many people were offended. You say he sounded like he feared for his life? Well, he probably, because the reactions that he was getting from the jokes, you could tell that he was kind of like, damn, you heard him say, shit, they not really feeling me. They don't like a lot of these jokes. That's because that's mostly a liberal audience. Everybody who wasn't a liberal, who was, leaning a different way, they thought the shit was funny. Every place that I've seen anybody who was not liberal thought this shit was funny. Not all of it was funny. I'll tell you that. The whole set wasn't funny. It was pieces in there that was funny. I don't think it was like he just crashed out like, damn, that was one of the worst performances. I didn't feel that way. But if what he's saying is true, that it was the best ones yet, the ratings, it makes sense. Some people was probably tuning in because he was making those kind of jokes. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, my man Jason Whitlock has said something. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Let me see if I can find it for y'all. He made a comment about it. Oh, he made a post. I think he made a post. Let me go to his page. Oh, this is what he said right here. Yeah, he made a X post. Can y'all see it? Oh, I gotta move it over. Oops. Damn, what was that I just moved? Oh, my image. Hold up. Let me make it where y'all can see it. Damn, why is it? There you go. He says July the 16th might be remembered as the day woke sports surrendered. Shane Gillis' stand-up at the ESPYs and Dave Portnoy and Barstool signed with Fox Sports. I didn't know Dave Portnoy and Barstool signed with Fox Sports. I guess because they got rid of Joy and the rest of those folks from those 3 shows that they got rid of. But he goes on to say, someone tell Roger Goodell to remove the end racism slogan from the end zone. I wish they would remove that too, because that's stupid. That's stupid. To all of us who fought valiantly, my God. To all of us who fought valiantly to end the insanity, job well done. Yes, I have to give Clay Travis credit. Pat McAfee, Sage Steele, Samantha Ponder, Riley Gaines. Am I forgetting anyone? Feels like everyone else folded. Add to this list of accomplishments I'll never get credit for. We did it. So, right there, all he's saying is that the woke crowd was so offended by it that it done its job. His jokes hit like they should have hit. They worked just fine. That's what he's saying. He's also saying he'll never get credit for it because he's been speaking on that for a while. And he has been. He has been. I give him that. He has been speaking on it for a while. Sage Steele interviewed that lady, Samantha Ponder. And she was talking about why they fired her. She was talking about why they fired her. Pretty sure she had that clip on her where she was saying about why they fired her.
Kind of emotional to me, but like, man, there's so many incredible women that have dealt with year.
Yes.
I mean, it was Will.
Oh, because she made a couple of comments related to some things that, ESPN didn't like because they liberal.
When the boxer Olympic situation happened and the woman that he was boxing came out and said enough, I just wrote enough is what we should all be saying.
And on Twitter.
On Twitter. And I knew when I sent that, like,
yeah, I didn't see the whole interview, but I seen pieces.
But like, to me, that's abuse. You have a male in a boxing ring with a female literally beating her.
Talk about that.
And we're just supposed to like, yay, in the name of inclusion. Like, no, what about her? What about her? And so I sent it, and then the next week got a text that said, can you jump on a call with this person and this person in like an hour? And one of the bosses is someone I never hear from, and I was like, this is it. But I do want to say, to be sure, I do not believe, nor have I ever believed, that I was solely fired for this. I think the model of my career at that point of only working Sundays in the fall on Countdown was not what ESPN wanted, and they felt like they were paying me too much money to do just one thing. And I had turned down opportunities in the past to work more and do more because of the season of life I'm in. Like, I got 3 little kids, and I'm not giving up that time with them for any opportunity. So I had been really clear on my boundaries with work. So I really don't think me losing.
Do you ever hear women saying stuff like that? Now they be like, "No, I'm not having no kids. I got a career. I have kids when I'm 40. I'm not having. I got to do this and do that." She has a career. And she like, I'm not adding on to my workload when I got 3 kids. I'm gonna take care of my kids. I'm gonna be a mother. I enjoy being a mother. I don't, not more than a job. Being a mother is more important than a job. That's refreshing to hear somebody say that.
Losing my job was solely because of that, but the timing of it almost certainly was. And I was told after the fact, privately, that most people at the top of the company did agree with me on this issue, but that there is
The trans issue.
Yes, but that there is a loud activist group at Disney, and they were not happy with me.
All of that shit is going away. All these little groups at these places that's keeping people from working and keeping people from speaking out. All of that shit is slowly going away. It's getting chipped away little by little if you're really paying attention. Tim says Candace Owens tried to blame all the crime on Black Americans and play like her Caribbean people are nothing like Black Americans. See, I didn't see that part. I gotta watch that whole full interview. I'm pretty sure she was saying some goofy shit like that, but like what they was talking about, the whole IQ thing, that dude Nick Fuentes, he really feels like white people are just superior to Black people, which is just crazy. I don't believe that. I think a lot of times white people had better fortune, especially when they run across other groups. They were more brutal than other groups, so that's why they really won out. If everybody else was just as brutal as them, then I don't think that they would really be able to stand up to what any other group could be, compared to them. I just don't see them as lasting. If every group was just as brutal as them, going places and just taking over, just killing people at will, no remorse for anybody, I don't think they could handle it. I don't think they would survive it. Everybody just isn't as brutal as them. But and that may be a reason why he thinks that they are, because they'll do what other people won't do. So, but yeah, what do y'all think about these Shane Gillis jokes? These jokes, to me, weren't that bad. All of them weren't funny. A lot of them weren't even hitting like you thought they was going to hit. For the most part, it was very mediocre. But I think they did enough to affect liberal people to the point where they just were so offended and sitting back on their heels waiting to be offended by anything and everything that this man was going to say. We're going to need a lot more people to just be more real. We need more people to just speak out about things and just be honest and not be in fear of the backlash. Why do you think so many people now are talking about black fatigue and things like that? And the funny thing about the black fatigue conversation is not only are white people talking about black fatigue, you got Black people talking about black fatigue. So when we start having these uncomfortable conversations, that's the only way we're going to get past a lot of this stuff and things are going to get better. But until then, you're going to have everybody waiting to be offended. People are crying. Things aren't how they used to be. These comedians get on stage and they're unfunny, and we wonder why so many of them are unfunny. It's because they hold them back. They're trying to cater to everybody's feelings, and you can't do that being a comedian. Sometimes you got to say what you want to say. And if you can't do that, it's not funny. You're just wasting your time. If you get on stage and try to appeal to everybody, nobody is going to laugh. Even the people that you're trying to appeal to. They gonna think that shit is boring. Oh, that was a whack show. That's what you're gonna say. But instead, people want to be offended, like I say. That's what we've gotten into. That's what we've gotten into. I gotta fix that. Anybody got anything to say? I think I'm finna end this and start up another one. Y'all want to do that? I think I want to do that. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all checking out the stream. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you hadn't already done that for me, I'll be right back in a few minutes. I'm going to start up another stream. I think I want to talk about the Obamas and their whole podcast that they had. I'm going to go over that. And I'll catch y'all in a few minutes. Peace.